It's a good thing that global warming is a hoax. That means that we can just continue going on as we have over the last century, century and a half, relying on oil for our energy needs. It's a good thing. It's a good thing we've been following the status quo, that we're going to assume that the Panama Canal and the Strait of Hormuz will always be open. Oil and energy costs are going to be cheap forever. Or maybe not. If it hasn't yet, it should be abundantly clear now that America can lead and should lead into the future of energy production and storage. The 20th century is marked basically as the fossil fuel era, as well as the centralization of not only things in the energy sector like oil and natural gas, but the transmission of that energy along with other sectors such as banking, technology, food industry, farming, and so on. The future, however, will not be centralized. It must not, it cannot be. In my opinion, and in the opinion of many others, the beauty of the Constitution is that it demands that all individuals are born with unalienable rights. The Constitution protects these inalienable rights against centralized power centers such as federal governments, banks, religions, etc. This is the reason why governments must be absolutely as small and powerless as possible. The fact that in America we have one person, the president, that has the sole power to launch thousands of nuclear warheads that will end those unalienable rights for every human living being on Earth, that shouldn't be possible in America. It shouldn't be possible in Israel. It shouldn't be possible in China or Russia or any other country. I personally don't feel there's any doubt that human activity is absolutely warming the planet. The science that anybody can conduct in their own backyard is going to prove that pretty quickly and easily by simply building two greenhouses. You'll leave one alone, and in the second one, you just put extra CO2 into it, and then you just look at the temperature readings on the thermometer on a day to day, or a week to week, or month to month basis, and your answer is going to be pretty obvious. It's really not that hard. There are, however, so many other reasons why not just America, but every country should be moving off of fossil fuel usage, finding alternatives. I have a mortgage, I have solar panels on my house, and when I get batteries put in my garage, the energy that I need here at my house can be generated for all of my technological, cooking, and transportation needs. That won't matter if I'm connected to the grid or not. I also grow some of my own food through a dozen fruit trees and a vegetable garden. It's not very big, it's about 300 square feet. Now, if I had a neighbor that dedicated some of their space to raising beef or chickens, uh, and if we had the kind of fish populations off the coast of the state I live in, I would very likely be able to trade some of my produce for beef, eggs, chicken, and fish that my local neighbors and fellow Americans are farming or catching or producing. As far as transportation, I own two Teslas. I own them not because I think I'm saving the planet. The performance is amazing, software features are tops in the industry, and it's the safest car to drive on the road, bar none. Most importantly, I am not going to be subject to the volatility of fuel prices when wars break out, embargoes kick in, shipping lanes are closed. As a side note, net CO2 is lower or carbon negative after only about 2 years on average, or roughly 25,000 miles driven in an EV versus an internal combustion engine car. If you charge at home from solar, it's still lower. The other major issue is the American food supply distribution sales model. If diesel flows were to slow considerably, food shortages will begin to appear through multiple channels. Farmers, big ag, won't have 100% fuel supplies for their tractors and equipment, leading to smaller production. Semi trucks may not have supplies to get what little food is grown across the country to various markets. This may lead to the closure of your local supermarket grocery store due to the loss of revenues or profits. You could have open stores, but with prolonged time frames in between deliveries coming once a week or less, which then get bought immediately upon their arrival. So, getting off of fossil fuels isn't all about global warming. There are several economic, political, and moral reasons for doing so. Be memorable, live free.